Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In today's video, we'll be talking about supply and demand in the Forex market, or basically what we refer to as buy or sell zones. Okay, to keep it just a little bit more simple, and this is just how we operate. We just talk the market in that way. So I'm going to be talking a lot about buy zones, sell zones, and first of all, I want to talk about the basics about it. Okay, so something that everybody needs to understand is that trading has nothing to do with candles. Okay, it has nothing to do with trend lines. It has nothing to do with all that stuff, with Fibonacci's and all that stuff. It has nothing to do with it. Okay, there's only one thing in the market that is important and that we need to understand, and that counts, and which is price. Okay, everything is related to price. Okay, if you're not looking at price and you don't understand price, then it's very hard to be consistent. Okay, you need to understand price because we need to understand that the group of people that control the market is not the retail, obviously. Okay, even though there's millions of people trading around the world with their own money, with funded money and all that stuff, those are not the ones that control the market. Okay, the people that control the market are the banks and the institutions and all those guys, the big guys. Okay, because they're using thousands of lots, millions and billions of dollars every single day, trillions of dollars every single day that are just moving around in this market, not just in all pairs. Okay, so it's the market with the biggest volume in the world, guys. With the daily volume, this is insane. So we need to understand that everything is controlled by them, and we just need to understand how they look at price, how they use price, and just follow along. Okay, we don't need to have an opinion on the market. We just need to do what they do. Just need to copy them and understand how they work. Okay, which is definitely not easy in the beginning, especially with most people teaching support and resistance stuff and break and retest stuff and some trend lines and Fibonacci and all that stuff. In the end, it doesn't really matter at all. Okay, it's really hard to trade that way and very hard to have a proper system. Okay, because you also need to understand that all those banks, institutions, their way of trading is algorithmic. Okay, they have algorithms that trade for them. Okay, so everything is computerized. So if you start trading, with subjective thoughts and all that stuff, then it's very hard to make money, basically. Okay, because we need to, in order to be profitable and consistent, we need to act like a robot. Basically, we need to trade like an algorithm. Even though we're manual traders, we need to trade with a system that we follow blindly with strict rules that we just stick to and we don't change. Okay, this is the only way to survive. And then it's just a matter of a game of probabilities, and that's about it. But anyways, talking about price, I'm gonna compare this market right now. Just forget that there are candles with not this one, with this. Okay, just a blank chart. Imagine there are no candles, because in the end, candles or lines or whatever, it's all the same. Okay, so if you have a shoe business, okay, I'm just gonna give you an example. If you have a shoe business, okay, let's say you're selling sneakers. Okay, this is your business. Don't you want to buy as cheap as possible? Okay, cheap as possible, and sell as expensive as possible. Okay, that should be the goal. Okay, if you can buy, let's say, at 149, one pair of sneakers, and you can sell it at, let's say, 154, you have made a huge profit on that. Okay, let's just say this is just the price of the sneakers. Okay, so, but what most people are doing is they're doing the opposite. Okay, they're selling here at 149 and they're buying here at the top. This is what they're doing in trading, and this is all coming because of emotion. Okay, because when price is melting and melting and melting, going down, being here, this is the last thing they think about. Okay, this is the last thing that people think about, is to be buying right here. Okay, just drawing whatever. I'm just talking about price right now. This is the last thing that they do, is try to buy here, because they're saying, oh my god, it's melting, it's melting, it's melting, it's gonna go to zero. Okay, we need to start selling right now. And then they're gonna start selling here, and then obviously they get taken out. Okay, and then same the opposite direction. They're seeing prices going up and going up and going up, and they say, okay, we need to start buying right now. We need to start buying, but it's probably way too late. Okay, as always, it's way too late to start buying. Okay, because this is because of emotion. Okay, if you just ask a person like, you want to buy this shoe for $1 and sell it for $10, they're gonna say yeah. But then when there's, for example, a shoe that gets all hyped up and hyped up, that's always getting more and more expensive and more desired in the world, then most people are gonna jump along and say, okay, now I want to buy it when it's at the highest price. Okay, and then who's gonna sell it to you? Obviously, the guys from Foot Locker or any other store. They're gonna sell it to you because they bought it, some while ago. They bought it in huge quantities, which you can pair here with thousands of lots. Okay, they bought thousands of pairs of shoes for a very cheap price. Okay, and they sell it to you as expensive as possible. So this is basically what you have to think of when you're thinking of trading. Think of the market. Okay, this is not about the candles, guys. It's all about the price. Okay, and this really doesn't matter what time frame we're on. You can see buy and sell zones everywhere. Okay, even on the monthly time frame, you can see, price here. All the big guys decided price had to be cheaper, so they started selling and selling and selling, and they're selling their ass off and all that stuff. And same on the bottom here. Here they decided the price had to be more expensive at this point at October 2016, so they started buying and buying and buying and buying and buying until they decided that price had to be cheaper. Then they started selling again. They came back to this area and they just bought some more. Okay, because they're 2016 they bought trillions and trillions. Then they bought trillions of dollars over here of the Japanese yen, and they want to buy some more in 2019, some years later. So they just keep buying and buying and buying, and then right now probably they sold most of their positions right here as expensive as possible, and probably now they're going to start selling and selling and selling, and maybe we'll see some reaction over here. As you know, I'll talk about the monthly chart, how to read this in another video, but now probably at the sell zone they're going to start selling, as the price is very expensive right now. Probably most people are buying right now, or well, probably most people are on like the 1 minute time frame or 5 minute or 10 minute, whatever, for some quick gains. You're looking for 5 pip profit with 10 pip stop loss or whatever. So yeah, this is really just very basics, guys. This is just the beginning, okay, of trading. This is something very basic, just buying as cheap as possible, selling expensive as possible. You can see this on any time frame, doesn't matter. You can see, this buy zone right here. Where did they buy? As low as possible. Those are the best prices to buy, so this is where they buy. Okay, on the 4 hour, wherever. Okay, so I don't know, you can look at this one. They bought a lot here on the left, and where did they buy some more? Again, at the same price. When it's cheap, this is where they buy. You can see on the 15-minute time frame, even. Obviously this is a lot more messy, but you can still see that buy and sell zones that are working out. They work on every single time frame. I'm just looking for some example for you guys. Let me just see. Okay, let's say just this one. Okay, over here, they said, okay, at this point right now, August 4th, August 2021, they said, okay, price needs to be more expensive, and they buy, and then it goes magically right back to this price area. As you can see, it's all magic, guys. Nothing, it's probably completely random or something. Anyways, just joking. So yeah, they sold here, and then price came back. They sold some more. They bought here. Price comes back. They bought some more. Very strong buying. So in the end, this is just beginner stuff. Just you have to understand how the market works, what's it all about. It's not about trend line retests or whatever. I don't know how they do it, like stuff like this, or I don't even know how they draw. They probably have 50 different ways of drawing trend lines and support and resistance zones and break and retest stuff and engulfing candles and all that stuff. So guys, this is pretty much it. I don't have really much else to say. This is just a very basic video of explaining about supply and demand, about buy and sell zones. It doesn't matter the time frame it is. All that matters is price. Okay, so keep that in mind. And if you need to compare it with a shoe market, compare it with an ice cream market, with soybeans, cars, whatever you want to do it. Okay, in the end, it's just buying as cheap as possible and selling as expensive as possible. Okay, guys, so Hope you like this video. If you have any more questions, just send us a message on Instagram or leave a comment down below, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible and try to help you out and answer your questions. And yeah, this is pretty much it. So hope you liked it, and we'll see you in the next video.